Mine doesn't fit.
Because it is hot AF here right now in Moab. It's 91 degrees. So.
Don't you live in Arizona?
I do.
Hey Siri, take me to Moab.
Getting directions to Moab.
Can you sleep with that on?
Yeah.
Is that gonna be okay?
But it used to be a brothel.
It did.
Use your imagination. What is up, everybody? Welcome back. I know that I said I was gonna make our trip a two-part, but we've been doing a lot of cool things, so I split it up, and we're actually gonna do an extra episode right now, and we are in a new spot. Drew's already checking it out like normal, but I will show you guys where we're at. Honestly, we were just here a little bit ago in April, and we love this area so much, so we decided to come back. If you haven't checked out that episode, here's your chance. I'll put a little part right here for you so you guys can be able to go back and check it out. And if you guys have already seen that episode, see that road way down there? That's the road that we came in when we were back here in April and then we stopped here. So I didn't have my passport then, but I have my passport now. So I'm gonna go get that stamp. But yes, Moab is one of our favorite spots. Drew and I really have done a lot of wheeling together, and we always find ourselves back in the spot. So we decided to come back to Moab, and this makes me so excited. How do you feel about being back here?
I always love it here.
It is such a good time. So beautiful. So one more view for you guys before we head into town. All right, so I got another passport. Let's make sure I do this in the right one. We go back to yellow again. Sweet. Then we got another one. Perfect.
Is it sad they have to chain the stamps?
It is sad. One more sticker.
Hooray!
Hooray, another one. All right, guys, so we finally made it to our accommodations for the next few days. And since Drew and I did the glamping when we were right outside of Zion, now that we've got to Moab, I wanted to continue the fun accommodations. And we decided, actually Drew found this and I looked into it, but we decided that we wanted to stay in a teepee since we've never done that. So let's see how this goes. This is our first time checking it out. Oh, nice. Look at this. We've got a little swamp cooler in here. We definitely need to make sure that is on. It's gonna be 90 for the next few days in Moab, so we will see how this goes. Drew, are you already hot?
Dude, this is miserable. Can you sleep with that on?
Yeah.
Is that gonna be okay?
I use rain.
That's louder than your rain.
All right, guys, wish us luck.
There it is, Potato Salad Hill. The iconic rock crawling hill that used to be a super fun place to hang out. But that's not why we're here.
Why are we here today?
We're here to hike and not do wheeling stuff.
Which is super weird, but we are back, so good afternoon, everybody. We decided to sleep in a little bit today. First and foremost, shout out Vision Wheel for our sun hats.
Mine doesn't fit.
Because it is hot AF here right now in Moab. It's 91 degrees, so.
Don't you live in Arizona?
I do, but Drew said, hey, I want to take you to this cool spot. It's a locals only type of thing. I've been here plenty of times. Little did he know, it's already on Atlas Obscura. So I found it.
Which ruined it.
But we are at Mill Creek and we are heading to cool off a little bit today. So pretty excited about that one. Did we already get to the falls?
No.
There's the parking lot right there. Oh, the parking lot is over there. All right.
But there's a better view of potato salad.
There is a better view of potato salad. Also, rewind a little bit. When we first came out here and I started wheeling, and Drew said, this is such a cool iconic spot. You know, it's kind of like Chocolate Thunder over at King of the Hammers. We came here and we were the only people here, and he said, oh, I guess things have changed. So
Party hard there.
you used to party hard there?
Now it's a ghost town on EJS. Crazy.
Well, because I feel like everybody's at Hell's Revenge now. Trying to do
No, they're all at Woody's.
the hot tub.
They're all at Woody's.
We are all at Woody's. Shout out to Shannon and Jess Campbell, my Woody's party friends. You guys are the best.
Look at the lizard.
Where?
Right there. Yeah.
Oh. All right, we made it. Here we go. I'm not gonna jump. Just gonna put that out there right now. I already fell trying to cross this part right here. All right, guys, so we are heading out. Unfortunately, I am very afraid of heights, and I didn't even do any of this, so maybe next time I will. Maybe next time I will get some courage to finally jump this. But if you do come here, sitting in those little pools that you see right down there, that is the money spot. So you're gonna have the creek come down, there's a pool there and another pool there, and then it slides down. Big pool. So maybe next time I'll be able to do that, but today is not the day.
Can't come all the way to Moab and not put your tires on some rock.
What I found, and I found the perfect spot for it. Follow me, follow me. Found our good friends stickers, Level Racing, AMSOIL. So you know I definitely had to come do this. Put it right next to them. T-Stone approved. Right here. You can't cover up the Level sticker either, so right there for you. I love you back there. Look at how cute you are. Good morning, everybody. We have left Moab, and as you can see, we've made it to beautiful Colorado.
We've also left Utah.
That is true. It took me a minute. I was like, wait, what? Wait. Yes, we finally have left Utah, and now we are in Colorado. Pros and cons of the TP that you guys saw earlier. Pros. We stayed in a TP. We've got that out of our system.
Check.
Check. Pro number 2 is it really actually wasn't that bad. It got down to like 65, so that was pretty chilly and cool, and it was nice. And we had almost a full moon, so it was cool to do that. Cons. What's your number 1 con?
The park it was located in.
What's your con number 2?
Those people were mean.
Mean?
Yeah.
That is true. They weren't the friendliest. Honestly, the showers, because like we said, we did the TP, so we had to use the community showers. It honestly was not that great.
It was a non-maintained community shower.
There we go.
Use your imagination.
Use your imagination on that one. And then if you guys had seen in the part 1 episode, we stayed at the Wildflower Resort where we did the glamping. Definitely would do that again.
Yeah, don't set your standards at the Wildflower and then go to the TP. I think if we'd have gone to the TP and then to the Wildflower, it might have been different, but yeah, that was a pretty...
But there are some other ones out there. So if you guys know a really cool like TP or glamping where the community and the communal stuff is actually clean, let us know, because we would like to try that one. But yes, so we're in Colorado. We're going to go check out some things that are cool. Like I said, if you've seen part 1, we checked out this really cool establishment, and part 2, we went through Utah and did all that. Now we're in part 3. We're going to come full circle with all of that and show you something that is really cool in Telluride. So if you haven't seen part 1 yet, go back, watch that one, because then this will make sense. Drew was just here a little bit ago. He went to Ouray, and now he's going to take me back. Where are we going though in Ouray?
I don't know the name of the place.
But it used to be a brothel.
It did.
Use your imagination. All right, guys, so we finally made it to Telluride, and I'm really excited because once again, looked on Atlas Obscura and I was able to find the very, very first robbery site of Butch Cassidy. So I'm going to show you. It's the building right behind me. This is right on the main road and it's really cool. So it happened in here and it was June 24th, 1889. Him and his accomplice, which was actually like his brother-in-law, Matt Warner, they were able to rob this for $20,000 back then. So we found it. If you're ever coming to the town, this is what you can find. The address is 131, 129, and it is on the main strip that you come in. Super cool. Thank you. Side note, I'm also afraid of heights, so here we go. When can I turn around? Oh my gosh, who said I was gonna go faster? So we are on our way back down and it is not as scary as I thought it would be because we have some doors, we're enclosed, I feel comfy, but that was a beautiful view up there.
Gondola.
Gondola!
Gondola.
Here we go.
We're looking at waterfall.
82 kilometers later.
All right guys, so we are at one of our favorite spots in Colorado. Drew accidentally found this when we were driving through a few years back. It's starting to rain a little bit, but this is Last Dollar Road. We enter through there. As you can tell, the rain's coming up a little bit. We've got the Jeep though. And this was another reason why we wanted to take this, but we're gonna hop back in, show you guys a little bit of Last Dollar Road, one of our favorite trails. Last Dollar Road is, if you are a Western fan, you're definitely going to know what this property is. This is the True Grit property. So the opening and closing scenes, as you guys can read right here on the sign. But here it is. How cool. All right, so we just made it to Ouray and we are at this really, really cute bed and breakfast that Drew found last time. And like I said, he wanted to bring me here. So we are here. We're staying in room 4.
Remember, it used to be a brothel.
What?
Full house used to be a brothel. Number 4. Awesome.
Quite the upgrade from the TV.
Quite the upgrade from the TV.
I'm here for it.
I'm here for it. You want to know why?
Here.
Sink. Your own bathroom.
Come check out this part.
All right, let's go check out this part.
This is where Ryan and I spent.
This is where Ryan and Drew spent every morning, he said. Night. Not bad.
Look at that kid screen.
That's okay.
Feel good.
So, needless to say, I'm pretty excited about this one. So this is the Western Hotel. It was built in 1891. And supposedly this place is haunted. Obviously, 1891, a lot has happened in here. And some people have said that they've actually heard a cash register go out, and I'm assuming it's happened right through here, which is the saloon in there. And this is what's really neat. love this little painting down here. I was talking to the bartender, and he was telling me that a gentleman came in, fell in love with this lady of pleasure, and he was afraid he'd never see her again, so painted her face on the floor, so anytime he was drunk he'd be able to see her. So really cool place. This was the Western Hotel in 1899, and when you walk in, it is literally right here. Right behind me you will see the Beaumont Hotel, and what's really, really cool and creepy, and I know everything I say is kind of cool, but this one is creepy. So supposedly the Beaumont Hotel is haunted. Yes, you heard right, haunted. It happened on the 3rd floor, room 305. A maid was killed by her husband. So at 2:15 a.m. on certain moon phases, she comes out, she haunts people, and I'm glad we're not staying there. But I want to go check that out. We're gonna go up there.
In his defense, though, what did she say?
No, in his defense, what did she say?
Totally. Like, he didn't just wake up one day and he's like, I'm gonna murder this chick.
I don't know, but let's go in, find the real story. But then also, a little later today, we're gonna head up to the mountains. Mountains. I always say mountains. I'm from the Midwest, but we're gonna head up to the mountains today. There's this really cool pass that Drew wants to take me to, so we're gonna go do that. But here it is, the Beaumont Hotel. It's a cool stained glass window. So the maid story in room 305.
She worked in the kitchen.
Okay.
She was a server.
Okay.
Of sorts, I think. And he was the pastry chef, but it was not her husband. She was 19. He was a 40-year-old black man. So that was very scandalous at the time. People, I think we sort of think they had some sort of relationship.
Okay.
Which is why her father was fighting with him. And she was shot by the pastry chef, who was actually intending to shoot her father.
Oh.
Up on the 3rd floor. And she didn't actually die in the hotel. She died in the hospital, and he died that night in jail because the city was pissed.
Okay.
Because they loved her and they set the jail on fire.
People tell us different things that happened to them.
Yeah.
You know, some people say they see, there was a time it was like a hospital for the miners.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't turn it into a hospital. They just used some of the rooms for recuperating. So sometimes people will say that they will wake up and there's a lady over them, like a nurse, a time period nurse, like checking on them. And then sometimes people will say that like a lady in a red dress walks through their room, or a lady in a white dress walks through their room, or sometimes people will say, I heard a piano playing in the room next door, or music, or people, or fighting, or screaming, or...
Yeah.
There was a guy here the other day, and he said that in the middle of the night, somebody was knocking on his door. Tap, tap, tap,
Yeah.
tap, tap, but like it was a rhythmic tapping, so not really like somebody like, hey, let me in, but it was like, and then over and over and over. So,
all right, guys, so I guess we're gonna have to stay here. I don't know about this though, but it is a beautiful, beautiful hotel, and a big thank you to the ladies who told us some cool stories. I don't know about this though. Last night I told Drew, after I watched a bunch of ghost stuff about Ouray itself, that if I ever decide that I want to stay in a haunted place, don't let me. The answer should already be no, but this is a beautiful hotel. If you've ever stayed here, please let me know. And if you have any cool other places you like to visit that are kind of spooky and creepy, I want to know as well.
1 hour later.
Road is closed. So our adventure ends here. Not sure what to do now. What do you want to do? Drew's gonna hop on Onyx. Shout out Robbie Layton. Thank you once again. To see where we can go. No travel beyond this sign.
Adventure starts where the pavement ends, and then adventure ends where the road closed sign.
Well then. All right. See what we can get into then. Alright, so Drew hopped on and he says we are going to Engineer Pass, or the Alpine Loop.
Well, the Alpine Loop is part of it.
Okay, so the Alpine Loop is a part of the Engineer Pass. It's right here out of town. He really wanted to put the Jeep on some rocks, so this is where we're gonna go. All right, so we made it back down. We actually didn't get a chance to go all the way to the top. Had to get back to do some things back at the hotel quickly, but we will definitely be back and try to get all the way to the top. So that was an awesome sight. Ouray, you are really beautiful. I'll just say that. You are so beautiful. All right, so we took a little drive outside of town, and I'm already out of breath, but this view is amazing. This is the Cascade Waterfalls. Look at this. It's raining too. It's raining. We're at the waterfalls. This is a beautiful sight. If you guys can ever make it here, it's really, really not that far. Like I said, it's a small hike. I did it in normal shoes today, and it will bring you right here.
We're behind the falls.
Why did you make that look so easy? Oh gosh. Good morning, everybody. Today is our last day and we are heading home. Not finally, but it will be great to go home for a little bit. I do miss Jo, my cat, so if you've ever seen her, she's precious. But we are leaving Colorado today, heading back to Arizona. It has been a great trip. If you guys have made it this far, thank you so much for watching all the parts. This was part 3 of our 8-day, 9-day trip. We were able to see a lot of cool things, and that was just like the top of what we wanted to do. So what we're gonna do for our next trips and stuff like that is kind of, this was a jumping off point. See what we liked, what we didn't like, the places we wanted to check out again. And Colorado, you are beautiful. I love it here. It is great. But thank you for everybody. If you've watched this, liked, subscribe, you're the best. And until then, we will see you. But Drew, any last words before we head out? No. All right, guys, I hope you liked it. T-Stone Approved channel. See you guys later.